Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. The topic for today's discussion is don't let the establishment clip your wings. Whether it is at work or amongst the family structure or our social setup, there are many amongst us who are the victims of the so-called establishment. By establishment, I mean the self-declared group of individuals who take over and exercise their undue power to suppress others in order to fulfill their selfish motives. As it happens amongst animals, that everyone in the herd follows the alpha male. He's the one who protects and provides for the herd. The ones who do not follow his command are sacrificed. This same herd mentality amongst us humans makes us follow the leader who himself is sometimes quite incapable. This can happen due to our laziness to depend on others, our fear for safety or lack of better judgment, or afraid of being left alone to face dire consequences, or just plainly following the norm. The person or group of people who establish themselves at the top are not there because of their exceptional abilities or because they are such noble souls. On the contrary, they are quite the opposite, ruthless and inhuman. They are there because they are power-hungry, selfish, opportunists, changing their stance like a chameleon every instant to look good and please others. They use lies, tricks, false promises, greed, fear, and force to manipulate others to submit to them. Also, their arms are widespread and can go to any length to fulfill their motives. They attract and invest in other like-minded individuals to work in tandem with them, to fulfill their agenda, to keep themselves ahead and harm others who they think are weak. Now, we are humans, not animals, and have a mind of our own. There are a handful amongst us who eventually wake up and see through these narcissistic individuals. As we refuse to follow the establishment's command or help them achieve their desires, we are labeled as rebels and punished severely for it. We and our loved ones are subjected to mental, physical, and emotional abuse for an extended period of time, for no fault of ours. The idea here is to break us down completely, so no one else in the community can dare to raise their voice against them. The victims try to tolerate this for as long as they can and suffer in silence. Being quiet seems like the best option to them. They are afraid for their life, and the establishment seems way too strong for them to take on. The establishment hurts them from all sides without their knowledge and never play a fair game. They are clever as a fox and have all the time, power, and resources to destroy their victim. While the victim has to take care of other things, look after their loved ones, have bills to pay, they are no match for the power-hungry narcissist. The establishment remains solely focused to harm and play its tricks to break the victim's support structure by spreading numerous lies about them. The agenda is to soil the victim's reputation so no one will believe them when they speak up their truth. Well, the establishment is successful as people easily believe lies, but truth needs to defend itself. Victims are fully aware of this game but feel helpless under these situations. With fear of their lives, no one's to turn to, and having paid a heavy price with their health and well-being, they continue to suffer in silence all along. While this entire time the establishment celebrates its victory, their cleverness seems to have finally worked and they leave the victim for dead. There is one thing that the establishment forgets, that they are not God. They do not control who lives and who dies. So a time comes after facing many humiliations when the victims gather the knowledge and the inner strength to fight back. In isolation, they go inwards and connect to the power above. God always helps the person who is true. They gain many psychic qualities and are divinely guided to realize their own talents, strengths, confidence, where no one but many people had to come together with all their resources to finish them off. Lies were being spread to ruin their reputation because the establishment was afraid of the victim's truth and needed others to agree with their lies. The victims were publicly humiliated as a last resort since the narcissists had no ability of their own to win this war by fair means. The victim support structure was broken for a fear of rebellion, which had the ability to take away their power and punish the establishment for their atrocities. The top honcho always lived in fear, insecurities, afraid of when their lies would get exposed. For they knew when it does happen, they would have no place to hide and always feared the consequences. So you see, only when this illusion of the establishment's false image is broken, do we realize our own power. Remember not to hide when you know you are right next time. It only gives your power away to these incapable individuals to establish themselves in a place of authority. Let the best man win. Don't let them easily take away what is rightfully yours. Fight for it. Freedom is our birthright. Let no one else dictate to us on how to live our lives. Love and blessings to you.